Good evening.
This meeting of the Metro Dagupan Toastmasters Club will come to order. The fellow Toastmasters, Rhys is time. We will pray and afterwards recite our club's motto. Father in heaven, we praise you for giving us your Son to be our Savior and Lord. Bless us all as we gather here tonight, and let us live happily in your love. Hear our prayer, loving Father, for we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Our club motto: for better listening, for better thinking, for better speaking, we learn by doing. Our presiding officer tonight is, as always, the ever-innovative and the ever-energetic president of the Metropolitan Toastmasters Club, no less than Toastmaster Cathy, Cruz, Bangsal.
Now, this part for tonight will be about the weather right now. It's the rain. So, since we're only few, can I ask each one of you to share what they think about the rain? What is rain?
That's part of.
Yeah, that's not part of the rain.
Rainy days, what brings to mind?
What brings you to mind?
Yeah, rainy days.
If it's raining,
Okay.
what's your reaction? What do you expect? What can you say about it? So, can we start with Toastmaster Wendy?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
I love not heavy rain, what do you call that?
Drizzle.
The drizzle. Even if it drizzles for the whole day, I feel it's very romantic.
Wow.
Romantic.
But I hate heavy downpour because it reminds me of the
your bio.
flooding.
Your bio.
The flooding in Dagupan,
The usual.
which I
Back in the days.
live. Toastmaster Sam knows about it because there was a time that he fetched me when we were going to Baguio to attend a club officers training. Our house was underwater. So these are the things that reminds me about the rain.
Thank you. Can you stand up by the way? The next two we have.
Rainy days bring to mind one mountain climbing adventure of ours. On our way up to the peak, there was not a single drop of rain. On our way back to where our vehicle was parked, it wasn't only rain, there was a rain storm. We were all dry when we got up, and we were terribly wet when we got down. Thank you. Good evening.
Next will be Toastmaster Fidel.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Rainy days bring to mind my beautiful yet bitter love affair a long time ago. It was the time of the year, that one rainy day lang, I did it sana goodbye. And
Ba't sila nang umulan?
the song she was played over her dance period 12 times. The song she was played over her carrying 12 times.
12 times.
Wow! Ano yan? How can we hear?
Yeah, it was really bittersweet memory of this memory.
Really, fellow Toastmasters.
Lonely memory.
Heartache.
Did you know that there was a time when it rained and I cried?
Why?
Well,
There's some nagka-cry.
I cried, yes. But prior to that crying, I had stayed in Saudi Arabia for almost 3 years.
No ratings.
I had not seen any drop of rain. That's why when I came home and I experienced the first drop of the rain, I became so emotional that my eyes also rained.
Your eyes on screen.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. What comes to my mind when rain pours down from the sky is not rain per se, but who benefits the rain. What I learned most is after Typhoon Yolanda, I learned how to appreciate how rain gives nourishment to trees, and the agriculture sector benefits a lot. So I am very happy when rain poured down on the rice fields, on our land, and on the mountains for trees can get nourishment again. Thank you.
Good evening. Here is bring to my mind Ondoy. Okay. As I experienced Ondoy pepping together. I traveled to Manila. I saw all the garbage along North Expressway. So every time I see rain and I see plastic, I see the connection. So many days brings memories of how simple our environment.
Now we're going to the meeting proper. We have the, do we have the docking session? Okay. To do the Toastmasters tonight, that Rhys Palaganas.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm truly honored to be your Toastmaster of the evening. It's my first time to be the Toastmaster evening, so I hope you're holding onto your seats. Because tonight we will have a meeting that is both fun, mesmerizing, entertaining. And since we are very few, I hope that we can all be conversational in the coming meeting. The Marble Topics portion is where members are chosen as random. And the second portion is for the prepared speeches. Tonight we have single speaker, yours truly.
And that's you. That's you.
And third part of the meeting is perhaps the most important, which is devoted to evaluations. This is where those who participated to this point will be given feedback by our peers, and ultimately, this will help us become better speakers. Before we begin, we need to make some changes to the agenda.
None.
In our meeting, we have a panel of evaluators who will help us improve our speaking performances. Let me announce them. General Evaluator, Toastmaster Cathy. Table Topics Evaluator, Toastmaster Sam. And Prepared Speeches Evaluator to be mentioned in later length. Also, we have our meeting assistants, the timer. May I call on the following to explain their roles? Timer. Toastmaster Sam, Language Evaluator, Toastmaster Fidel, the up counter, Toastmaster Sam, and both counter will be Toastmaster 20. Now let's move to the first part of the meeting. Alright, let's begin. Our table topics master for tonight is someone who has been involved with Toastmasters since 1994 and one of the pillars of this Toastmasters club. Tonight, as the table topics Toastmaster, she is gonna make us do the talking. Please help me welcome the vivacious Toastmaster, Advanced Communicator Bronze, Wendy Ko.
First, may I fellow Toastmasters, it is my honor and pleasure to be the table topics master this evening with our theme water. So I have 15 quotations actually that will relate to water. So since we are only 7 this evening, and we have only 2 presentations,
Yeah, 2 each. Look at it.
only one speaker with 2 presentations, so each of us can have the chance to only one. I have the chance
So is that
to
we
speak.
speak?
So
2 for
Good
Ma'am
night.
Cathy, 1 for the rest.
okay, she is very excited.
No, I think it's a learning club, right?
Okay, so
Right
you're
there,
the first. Pick a number. 3. Okay, here is your question. A society should never become like a pond, P-O-N-D, with stagnant water, without movement. That's the most important thing. Society should never become like a pond with stagnant water without movement. That's the most important thing by Michael Gorbachev.
I could say that society is related to the clock. If it's clock looks like this and doesn't move at all, nothing happens. In the clock, it doesn't grow. But if it's same thing with the society, if you have to do something about it, so it will move. So we have to do some activities that will make the society move, or else it will just make a fun.
Done.
Done. Next.
The guy opposite Cathy. Question number 5. The water is a vessel the water in a vessel is sparkling. The water in the sea is dark. The small truth as words which are clear. The great truth has great silence.
Yung po yung parang yung ano?
No, different question.
No, is this the same question?
No.
Different question.
You are being drawn to grow. The water in the vessel is sparkling. The water in the sea is dark. Smoke is fluid, which are clear. And the greatness is with silence.
Could you repeat it again?
The water in the vessel is sparkling. The water in the sea is dark. Small truth has words which are clear. Great truth has great silence. I think what was meant with this quote is that when you look at things at small portion, you could see discrepancies. But when it's thrown in a open, there's uniformity in it, or what do you say? There's, I forgot the term. It's like solution, it blends into it. So it's like a problem or like truth in a matter. Let's say in this small group, anyone could stand out. But when we're in open, we're part of a general crowd. So I think that's what it's meant here. That truth in words, meaning if you dissect things in a small portion, you could see the meaning. But if it's cast out in the open, it loses meaning in the crowd.
Okay. Toastmaster Ann.
15.
15.
Para hindi na nag-isip iwan to.
There are only three things women need in life. Food, water, and compliments.
Food, water, and compliments.
There are only
Three
three
things that a woman needs.
Okay.
in life.
Okay.
Food, water, and compliments.
We die after a month of starvation. We die after a few weeks or maybe a week without water. A woman will die in many other ways when she gets snow poisoning. Compliment her on her cooking, compliment her on the way she moves, compliment her on the way she acts, compliment her the way she raises her children, compliment her in the way she decides as your home manager, as your financial assistant. That will keep her alive for the family and for the children. Without water, without food, the family will die. But without a woman who will manage the family will have a very difficult time. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Fidel.
The 7.
Number 7.
Kalahati niyo.
Worst.
Jerusalem.
Okay. In the world, there is nothing more submissive and weak, mahina, than water. Yet, for attacking that which is hard and strong, nothing can surpass it.
Okay. Number 7. In the world, there is nothing more submissive and weak than water.
Di ba? Kaya
Yet for
nakakaloka.
attacking that which is hard and strong, nothing can surpass it. This phrase may mean that the most submissive things in life and the weakest things in life can be transformed into more in a position of strength. Here it appears that there is an analogy to a group, a team. The strength of a chain lies in its weakest link. So the strength of the chain lies in its individual members. Make that member strong, and you are making the team, the group, stronger. Thank you.
Toastmaster, right? 14.
Napakahirap, marami kang ginagawa. Lahat undercook.
If you can stand a little sacrifice, if you can stand a little sacrifice, and you can stand a trip across the desert with limited water, we're never going to straighten this country out. Thank you.
You can stand a little sacrifice, and you can stand a trip across the desert in limited water. We're never going to straighten these country out. I would agree on that statement. Because in order for our continuous problems to be solved, each of us need to contribute a small portion of their time in order to solve problems. As we take note, a big problem is only solved through individual and incremental sacrifices of our work. Now, if we make the sacrifice, now the question is, how long can you endure that? What obstacles in front of you will hinder your journey? Will you immediately quit? Will you immediately stand down if you see a very small hump in front of you because it's very discomforting for you? In order to solve the problem, you need to face it. And as our sparkle says, water can pass through any medium, whether it's black, whether it's tight. At the end of the day, it will reach its destination.
Toastmaster chat?
Four.
Ayan na.
Ano?
Ay, 4. Plans to protect air and water.
Ano? Plants? Number 4. Plants to protect air and water. Wilderness and wildlife are in fact plants to protect man. Plants to protect air and water, wilderness and wildlife. Wilderness and wildlife are in fact plants to protect man. Reading Toastmaster. The quotations try to put over the message that wilderness and what is what?
Plants.
Plants
And wildlife.
are the necessary evil. The necessary evil that will protect human beings. While we are always talking about air, green air, sometimes we disregard the fact that when we destroy wilderness, we in fact destroy the very source of our air. So it is very important that every effort should be exerted to protect this wilderness and even to expand them, so the future generation can benefit from breathing good air without the Toastmasters.
That's all. Thank you, Toastmasters, for your lively participation. I now return the control to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wendy. This begins our second part of the meeting. We're planning for the third speakers. Tonight we have a 6-grown speaker. Each of the speeches have been prepared in advance, and we will have a time limit depending on the Toastmaster manual they may be working. I hope I do follow the time limit because this is my chance to get an award for best prepared speaker.
There's only one speaker with 2 chances to
With
do
2 chances.
I like that.
If the first one you fail, next one, good evening.
No, you have to reach at least the limit,
Okay.
the minimum time.
I hope that the timer can...
Forget.
I don't forget.
The minimum.
Say like that. That.
Our first speaker tonight is no other than Toastmaster Rhys for me. Evaluating his speech is Toastmaster Fidel. The title of his speech is The Mesmerizing Nonsense. The Mesmerizing Nonsense, Rhys Palaganas. Since we're all seated, I have come to enjoy that during our communication art subject in college, that one of our topics or practicums is to practice speaking, not only standing in front and moving around, but also to practice sitting down, and the objective of my speech is vocal variety. That I can offset my movements by gaining more vocal variety. So here it is. The mesmerizing nonsense. Hear that? Do you hear anything? Do you hear anything loud? Aside from my voice. Aside from the electric fan, it's practically nothing. Very boring. Very nothing. Which is I, as your speaker, have nothing for you. Nothing. Nada. Wala. Ang gapo.
Wala.
Nothing smart. Nothing inspirational. Absolutely nothing remotely researched at all. That's why I even have a paper here in front of me. And yet, whatever I say, I will try to convince you that it matters through my manner of speaking, and it may seem that it's totally brilliant, although it's complete nonsense. Now I'm going to get started with my opening. At the usual opening of speakers, we do gestures. We do the right hand, we do the left hand. We raise our glasses to point something out. And to break the tension, I'm going to ask a very simple question. A raise of hands. Who here has been asked a question before? Who here has been asked a question before? Okay, I see some hands. Very good. Now it seems that you have learned something, I hope, but yet again, it is nothing. I shall share a personal anecdote to embarrass myself, to embarrass myself, and at the end of the day, you will say, "Oh." Will everybody say, "Oh"? Oh, yes, that's very good. Thank you. And now I bring you to a broader point. I'm going to make it very intellectual. I'm going to bring it to this man. I know, I'm very sure that this man did something, but I don't know what it is. I simply Googled the word scientist, and the first thing came up, and it's a scientist. It seems that I'm trying to make a point, building an argument, when in reality, it's just me buying time. Now, if you don't believe me, let's take a look at the numbers. If this is complete nonsense, please take a look at the numbers. The number of speakers talking in front of you is 1. The interesting facts you have learned so far, 0. My height is 70.5. Take note of the 0.5 in there. Also, so 2 times 6 equals 12. Interesting enough, 6 times 2 is also 12. That's old math. Let's take a look further. Take a look at these numbers. 352. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And surprisingly, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm giving you a couple of more to see how speakers engage audiences even if they're talking nonsense. With random numbers. 18, 223, 5,601, 2.6 million, 4, 24, staggering. Also, when speakers elaborate their presentations, they present graphics, isn't it? Now, it's a very basic graphic of a pie in which often the majority outweighs the minority. Basically, that is it. Now you may think I am floundering, panicking, but I have nothing to say. It is absolute nonsense. I am a complete fool. Now, as inspirational speakers do, they always speak with images projected as if they want to point out something, leading to a conclusion. But I tell you, I'm going to present you stock images from Google and say gibberish words and help you identify if it's really worthwhile. American Express, cell phone, coffee, whiteboard, shop out, camera, energy, keyboard, eyeglasses, God, Coke, and lipstick. You see, words, does it feel like you sense anything? Just maybe, I may be building into some satisfying conclusion. I'm going to make myself faster and faster and faster until I get into a conclusion. I will raise my eyeglasses again. But I will now slow my pace. My pace of speaking. As if I was building onto a conclusion. What if I wasn't? What if I'm just, again, buying you time? At what you heard at the beginning, think about it. At the beginning, what you heard was nothing. And until now, it is still nothing. But maybe in you could have instilled something. And that for me is that I have bought you time. Thank you, fellow Dagupan.
Time. How many times?
Yeah. Table topics na. What's it?
Evaluation of the table topics mo na.
Table topics mo.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Evaluator. This is my evaluation.
Thank you po.
You see me? Our first speaker was Toastmaster Cathy. Toastmaster Cathy, I like the way you spoke tonight. Very fluid and right to the point. That to say, it is too direct and right to the point.
It was too short.
It was too short. You just spoke 20 seconds. Okay, you just spoke 20 seconds.
But I got the message right.
Yes, the message was right, but I would add that next time it is perhaps we should add more details for each line of escaping you other why, the word why, and the benefits.
One more.
For Toastmaster choir, one thing I like about choir is it was very calm. He had a very good pacing while trying at the same time thinking of his arguments. Since he knows where he was heading, we did not see him confused, although he was thinking quite hard. The effect was he was able to put forward a very confident speaker. The only point that I noticed is at the end, there was quite a hesitancy when you say the crowd. It seems to me you put a question mark rather than a point. That sentence. So that shows hesitancy. Toastmaster, I always like our organizational skills. You were so fast in coming out with arguments. I guess you have a higher high-tech when it comes to the memory hits on your body. You did not even repeat the question. In real life, especially if you're a public figure, coming up with a prompt reply indicates that you know what you're doing and you experience what you're doing. As such, you were able to portray as a reliable, competent speaker. You immediately emphasize the importance of food and water, but you highlight the most important part, which is that compliment. And you were able to highlight this concept of compliment by trying to illustrate it in several ways, which at the end left us the impression that really this compliment is very important to a person like you. Toastmaster Fidel, I like is you're very insightful. Immediately you say we can turn into a position instead that making or taking care of single member will eventually redound to the strengthening of a team member, and the whole team will become strong. Point is, no matter what other people say, content is still the most important factor in one's speech. Even if you are very clear, but if your content is nothing, well, I would rather go to a content which is uttered in a less perfect way rather than having a content which is basically topsy-turvy, and yet you're good in expressing it. Again, so one point that I need to perhaps suggest again is again the vocal variety. It's quite monotonous again your voice. Although, let me put it clear, monotonous in the sense that you could see that there's a straight line when you're saying it. But it is not to say that I couldn't understand it. Your voice was very clear. The way you uttered words is very clear. But I want perhaps you try to, next time, is you try to improve different pitches and volume, like the way the CNN reporter Richard Quest does. You know, he tried to enunciate. Very clear. I like that person. Toastmaster Rhys, I like the organizational skills. He's fast to come up with argument. He was able to explain away the substance of the topic, which is basically never surrender in spite of the obstacle. That's all, Madam General Evaluator.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Yes, for the detailed evaluation of each member. Now, we would like to call our timer.
Yeah, well,
Okay, go back. Evaluator.
Evaluator. Let's vote among Fidel, Rhys, Choir, and Anne.
All time good.
No, Cathy.
Okay. Fidel, Rhys, Choir,
can you hold on to the paper? The first number is going to be for that, then the second number is going to be for this.
What?
Table topics first.
Okay.
Okay.
And then table top, then big 3 is,
Second.
number 2 is general evaluator, general evaluator, table topics master, or and Toastmaster of the night, right?
No, big 3.
Which is where
Toastmaster of the night, and Evaluator, table topics master.
How about the speaker of the night?
Huh?
Isa lang eh, no choice eh. No choice.
Let's go first with yung table topics speaker.
Isa na nga lang daw. Dito sa isang papel, lagay niyo number 1. Tama?
Number 1 yan.
Ako nandiyan ng dalawa.
Ano yan?
Parang isa lang.
Big 3.
Ano yung isa yung patay ko eh?
Yung
Big 3.
No, table
Hindi
topic.
pa kasi mayroon pang evaluation eh. General evaluation eh. Hindi pa tapos eh. Ha?
Susulat ulit.
Oo nga.
Susulat ulit. O sige, okay na.
This is my table topics. How about prepared speech? Prepared speech. Okay,
Isa lang.
prepared speech. Ako, wala na pala. No? Kaya,
Wala na eh, sila na.
Given.
so next time would be evaluator. Speech evaluator.
You need another one.
Prepared evaluator, which is basically
Just the 2 of them. Choose.
you need to.
You.
I am, he, and there's another speaker. You will be the one who will evaluate twice. Okay?
So we choose among the 3.
No, she needs to, She needs first to evaluate.
Kaya nga. But later on, when you
Yeah.
give me my paper, I'll write number 3. Para hindi na sayang.
Speech evaluator.
That's the big one.
Mine's the big one. No.
Other big one.
The big one.
Okay. We have 1 hour more.
Okay, so now we go to
I guess we will be
evaluate.
early.
Yeah.
This is a big,
Evaluator na, no?
Yes.
So, prepared speech. Si Sir Fidel and then si Ma'am Wendy.
Evaluate.
Evaluate now.
Evaluate.
Okay na, okay na.
Yes.
Yes.
Time, sir?
The title of your speech is Mesmerizing Action. Mr. Rhys Palaganas, you truly are the demigod of public speaking.
Jimmy God. Herculean.
Bye.
Rhys, you succeeded in conjuring images out of your speech. You made us imagine what you wish to unravel it for us. Imagine the very basic fact that you cited that out of nonsense that can be a place, a world where this speaker can take us, provided that he has all the facilities to make us so. You are equipped with all those facilities. You adroitly and expertly and gradually graduated our consciousness to what you wish us to see. What you wish us to see. It is therefore incumbent upon me to praise you for all of this. Your poses, your moments of silence became prelude to all the messages you want to impart. And by that, you have succeeded in becoming an effective speaker, one that can really influence the audience. Rhys, you have the stuff, the character, the personality, and the talent to captivate us or to mesmerize us all. not with your nonsense, but with your gifts and the talents. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Language evaluator.
Language evaluator.
From the language and that would be the language evaluator.
Fidel.
Here we go again to my dreaded role that I got to my English professor, my dear departed English professor, Madam Yubag, would certainly turn over her grave.
I know her.
I know her.
Miss Liwag,
She's very good.
She's very good. She's an excellent speaker, writer. She's one of my mentors. She inspired me.
Yeah, I learned a lot from her.
I did too.
I noted only some grammar errors, grammatical errors, which can be a little misgivings, if you may. One of them was one of the necessary evil. It's evil. It is supposedly it should be with it. Necessary evil. And protects. Somebody mentioned something like that. Another case is to dissect to small pieces. It seems redundant. Dissecting is meaning reducing to the smallest terms or the smallest quantity. Now to add two small pieces would be, to me, redundant. That was all I noted because I got carried away by this teacher of Rhys. That is on watching.
Thank you.
Well,
Maestra, what's her name? Maestra.
the last would be the
I was
counter.
scared of my
Counter and timer.
We'll call item the timer.
Okay.
And that's you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here to report on timer and our counter. And I realized I did not do it.
But
Well,
fortunately, someone did.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone, to be honest with you, I did not do well, so I would not
So
report.
Cathy is...
But I just want to make a point. Since I am the counter and timer, I realized for the future vice president, if you are to appoint a timer or a counter or grammarian, try not to appoint those evaluators.
Yes, because they're...
It's quite hard.
Yes.
You better appoint those who are delivering their speeches. Okay? Because those delivering their speeches, once they have delivered, they
They're
relax.
done.
They're done. Even if they have not delivered speeches, they are prepared.
They're not doing anything.
They're not doing anything. So, this big realization for me. Never, or avoid appointing someone who is evaluator
And not
as a timer or
not overload somebody.
not overload
Not
someone.
overload somebody.
Okay?
2 is too much actually.
Yeah, 2 is too much.
2 is too much
I
actually.
tell you see, I have 2 and I was
He has
able to-
3.
I have 3. Yeah, you're right.
You did 3.
It's quite hard.
It's 2 is already difficult.
Yeah.
3 is really a challenge.
I was amazed when Toastmaster Fidel was able to do the language evaluation. I thought he was able to do it also because it seems to me he was just listening
That's how good he
and he's
is.
not taking notes.
Sorry.
But
that's how good
you know,
he is.
each
Here.
person has different personality. But I tell you,
Because he has good memory.
Your memory,
Because he
you're
has
right.
good
Yeah.
memory. That's
Yes, memory plus, I have memory negative.
minus. Okay, so,
Your evaluator.
Ma'am Cathy, you're gonna
No,
go
go to the
up.
counter. And sad to say, we only have two. Who said,
Who is that?
the two boys we have here, not you, the two boys.
Fidel and Sam.
Thank you, thank you.
Fidel said 5, and Sam said 15. We did the practice talaga, no?
No, so like, shit, 50?
Did you read my ano? Yung sinasabi ko, who is telling
Magkano yun?
They're psychopath. Do you believe me now?
There's now I know, now I have living proof. I'll take your photo and then upload it there.
Well, I tell you, I got it from a reliable source.
I know you even posted it.
Yeah, I posted the source,
You
right?
even posted it. Sure. Alright, moving along. Vote, counter, timer, no time. Not
Now-
everybody, how about the time?
Now let's go to vote for
Time.
Time.
Time. Did everybody make it? For table topics, it was only Cathy who did not make it. Because it was only 20 seconds. For the...
Okay, for evaluator, obviously I was disqualified. So it's a tussle between Fidel and Wendy po.
We did not exceed our...
That's it.
Let's vote
Choose
between
between Wendy
Boss
and...
Fidel.
Alright.
Kaya, maganda yung evaluation mo.
Actually, very comprehensive.
Yes, I like it.
You know what? I have a prize. One prize.
Prize. More prizes for everyone. Did you bring the cards to give away?
Yes.
So, practically it, right? We're almost finished. We just need to count the votes. Where's your vote counter, Mentor Galvan?
Masyado yan. Tapos ka
8-11.
Ano pala? 8:50.
Hindi pwede tayong hintayin natin.
Ano? Business.
Business meeting. Sinonsor na lang ang wala.
Okay.
Business meeting, Toastmaster Cathy, while waiting for Melchor.
Prize.
15 minutes lang.
Prize for, we need 3, how many prizes? 3 prizes.
One na lang.
Yeah.
The best.
Puta. Mama, sorry no.
From, hindi yun na lang yung small cards. Ayan. The cards, Tita Cathy,
That's a chill.
and the chichirya and the prize prize. Okay. Business meeting after the cards, and then we wait for Melchor because I think the things are with you.
Big 3? Big 3.
Oh.
Big lies.
Yes.
The business meeting, Tita Cathy.
Yeah.